Hey guys, it's Casey's Politics. So today we're going to be doing a 2026 Senate prediction as of May 3rd, 2025. So firstly, we're going to fill out safe Republican states. That's going to be South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and South Carolina. So those are pretty much guaranteed to go to Republican. Now we are going to do safe Democrat states. That's going to be Oregon, Colorado, let's see, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Illinois, which Dick Durbin just announced he's retiring, incumbent Democrat, and Delaware and New Jersey are all going to be safe Democrat. So now we're going to fill out likely states for Republicans. Firstly, we have Nebraska. This could easily be plus 10 points for Pete Ricketts. But he's facing Dan Osborne, who ran a really strong campaign last year in last year's Senate election. So we're gonna put this at likely as Dan Osborne run as an independent. Iowa, um, just with the national environments, Joni Ernst not being very popular, she may be primaried. So we're gonna put that at likely. Ohio, again, this can probably be safe. Perhaps John Husted is a great candidate. He's going to be running for Republicans. It doesn't look like Sherrod Brown is going to be running, but we're going to put that at likely. Alaska, it looks like Mary Peltola is going to run for governor, so we're going to keep this at likely. I really don't see Dan Sullivan struggling. And we have Texas. Ken Paxton may be the nominee. That could be a little bit concerning if Ken Paxton is the nominee. That might get down to lean Republican because he's not a very strong candidate. But it may be John Cornyn who could easily win safely. And now we have Florida. Looks like Ashley Moody's going to be the nominee. I don't see a problem with her winning there. So now, likely Democrat states, we have New Mexico. Re- this could be safe, but Republicans don't have much of a bench. But it's New Mexico, so it makes sense to put it in likely, especially with Hispanic trends. And now we have Minnesota. Republicans are putting up a pretty weak candidate again. It looks like Royce White is going to be the nominee. He's an absolutely terrible candidate. So unfortunately, that's probably going to be likely Democrats. And we have New Hampshire. Again, Republicans don't have much of a bench. Scott Brown could be a decent candidate, but I don't really see it going under five, especially with the national environment. And also Virginia. Again, this could be safe perhaps, but we'll just put it at likely. It looks like Mark Warner is going to run. He may retire. It's not impossible that um he runs again because he may retire. So now we're gonna have these four races here. They're going to be pretty competitive. We're gonna start off with Michigan. Um, I will put this at lean Democrat. Democrats don't have too much of good recruits here. Maybe like Mallory McMorrow, Haley Stevens. Haley Stevens, she's very pro-Israel, so that may cause some rift with a lot of the Muslim voters. But out of the national environment, I would say this is lean Democrat, especially because Republicans um don't have too much of a mess. Mike Rogers is a good candidate, so that's good that we have a good candidate, but unfortunately with the national environment, that might not be enough. Now we have Maine. I think this will be lean Republican. It doesn't really look like Jared Golden's gonna run for Senate. Um, from my understanding, he has a pretty good relationship with Susan Collins, so it doesn't look like he's gonna be running. Collins, I say, wins by like maybe 2 or 3 points. Now we have Georgia, North Carolina. These are gonna be extremely competitive. Firstly, with North Carolina, I think this is still Republican. Many people may not agree with that, but it as of now, May 3rd, 2025, it does not look like Roy Cooper is very interested in running. Wiley Nickel is running instead, it looks like, for the Democrats. And Wiley Nickel, so far he's been very partisan for Democrats. That's not a good approach at all, especially in a state like North Carolina. So Tom Tillis, I think he's going to be able to defeat Wiley Nickel, assuming Wiley Nickel is the Democrats' nominee. So now we have Georgia. It doesn't really look like Brian Kemp is going to run, unfortunately. Um, Assuming he doesn't run, I'm just going to give this to Democrats. Um, Other than Brian Kemp, Republicans may run Brad Raffensperger, which may not be good because it may alienate the pro-Trump base. Um, John King, Rich McCormick, Buddy Carter. Out of those candidates, probably John King or Rich McCormick would be the best candidates. But with the national environments, it may unfortunately go tilt Democrat, assuming Kemp does not run. If Kemp does run, I think it's tilt Republican. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. This is Casey's Politics.